Well, this week, Grant continues to try to tighten that noose around Petersburg by taking railroads. We conclude the Battle of Weldon Railroad from last week. And it's something. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny. And Johnny, we're going to continue and conclude the Battle of Weldon Railroad from last week,
Good.
opening up on the 19th here of August. AP Hill's Corps.
And we win.
Huh?
We win the battle. No.
We don't lose it,
Oh.
but I don't know if I call it a win either. It's something. Anyways, Johnny,
What happened?
AP Hill's Corps, he's going to hit Warren's federal infantry in the dense woods south of Petersburg. That's where they got stopped at the end of last week. They made all the progress up to the woods. They got stopped at the woods.
Yeah.
Through heavy fighting, Warren's forces take high casualties and have to pull back to Globe Tavern, which is what they took at the end of last week, which I personally think is just an excuse for them to get drunk.
I was going to say, maybe just camp out of the tavern for a bit. Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. At the end of the day, Johnny, Union forces still hold the rail line, which continues to strangle supplies to Petersburg. It does cost the Union forces 382 killed and wounded, with an additional 2,500 missing. Most of those missing are captured. It was kind of a surprise attack there in the morning out of the wood line. Up in the Shenandoah Valley, Johnny, Early and Sheridan continue to go around in circles. It's like they keep chasing each other.
Oh, that's weird. Just chase and tail. That's cool.
Something.
That's effective, too. That's good to do.
On the 20th, Sheridan and Early continue to go around in the circle with each other, while fighting along the Weldon Railroad is actually relatively small today. Union forces are going to burn Lagarville, South Carolina. I wonder if this trend is going to continue. We're just kind of sick of it, and we're just going to burn all the stuff that we come across.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean they burned it?
I mean, they went into the town, they lit a match, and they went, fuck your cotton, and burned it.
Just burned down the...
Yeah.
Just burned the town.
Yeah.
Houses? Government buildings? Taverns?
All of the above.
Hotels?
All of it. Just burned it. Just wholesale burning. Yeah. I mean, the whole town's not burned down to the ground. There are some surviving buildings, but yeah, we do burn a lot of it.
Sure. Did we stop considering that we are fighting to bring these folks back into our country and union? Did we forget that these are not the natives that we're saying, hey, just get the hell out of here forever and we will take it? We want them back.
Yeah.
We want them back, right? Do we want them back? We want them back.
I think we want to punish them at this point. I think we've gone into the punishing mode. Yeah.
Okay, so this is all right. So
this is just end it. Like, why aren't you going to end it? If you don't end it, we'll just burn your shit.
Okay, so
I think
now
that's where we're going. I think that's the trend. Moving forward. Yeah. On the 21st, Johnny, we're going to see 9th and Bedford Force raiding Memphis, Tennessee, frustrating Sherman's supply lines, hoping to draw troops from Sherman's Atlanta push to deal with 9th and Bedford Forest. AP Hill is once again going to assault Union positions at the Weldon Railroad. This time, the Union lines actually hold at the cost of an additional 301 casualties on our side. However, this does convince Lee to call off further attacks, as a series of battles has cost him 1,600 men, which is 12% of the Confederate forces that had been engaged. That is not, like, they can't...
That's bad.
You have limited resources. You can't continue to take that level.
Are they going to start drafting men up to the age of 70?
I think they already have. I think it's pretty much if you have a pulse and you can hold a gun, you're in. Yeah.
Are they going to start drafting women?
No. Oh, don't be. That's crazy talk. Don't go crazy.
I mean, but they're getting to the point.
I think there's a
surely at least a handful of these women can hold a gun.
I think there's a better chance that they will start giving guns to brown people than women.
That seems dangerous. Hey, there's this war being fought for your freedom. Would you like to fight against that? Here's a gun.
Yeah. Well,
Lieutenant,
I just say,
Please.
I think we're a much more sexist country than we are.
You think we are going to allow rights for people of color before we allow rights for women?
I think so, yeah. First off, women are never going to have rights in this country. That's never going to happen. I don't know why you're talking blasphemy here.
And why should they? Really?
Exactly. The role is in the kitchen.
Oh, I can think of one reason. Because there's going to be one little guy about this high, like 160 years from now, who's going to need to be taken care of. And it'd be real nice if a woman could do that. So just for that one reason, I would vote for women's rights.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, forget about it.
Yeah. Early is going to assault.
But for the one little guy.
Johnny, Early is going to assault Sheridan. That assault's going to fail. But Sheridan does pull back to Howtown near Harper's Ferry. It's just better defensive positions. Yay. Again, chasing tail, chase tail. On the 22nd, Early is going to demonstrate against Sheridan near Harper's Ferry with a lot of nothing to show for it, just like pop shots in the wilderness. And I'm getting tired of this. It's just getting dumb.
What do you think of this? All right, so at this point in the war, how many trees do you think have been shot down? You know what I mean?
Oh, that would be a good like
towards or into the woods. Like how many trees have been shot so many times from people just shooting bullshit?
And then how many have been shot down, and how many are going to be like permanently like wedged with like a cannonball just like lodged in the tree?
Oh yeah.
And then it's just going to grow around that. Like how many of those trees?
There are a number of trees that in the future will break at a point where there is a cannonball, or somebody will try to saw it down
and hit the cannonball.
Why is there metal inside?
That's going to happen,
and it's because of the Civil War.
Guarantee that's going to happen.
Because people were just shooting stuff into it.
Yep.
Crazy.
Johnny, good news on the 23rd. Fort Morgan, it's the last fort on Mobile Bay that's in Confederate hands. It's going to fall to the boys in blue, so making progress somewhere at least. Yeah, Alabama.
All right.
That is the last fort protecting Mobile Bay. Warren's forces are going to destroy portions of the Reldon Railroad in addition to like all the theft that they've already done, which is again going to prevent supplies getting into Petersburg. Lincoln is going to ask his cabinet. You're going to have questions on this, Johnny, and I have no answers for you. So just sit tight for a second. Lincoln has a memo.
Okay.
He goes to his cabinet. He says, "I want you to sign this memo, but don't read it."
Well, all right, hold on, wait. He wrote up a secret note and asked the members of adult. These are all grown men.
Yes.
A grown man wrote a note and asked other grown men to sign it without reading it.
Yes.
Because it was nefarious in some
Johnny,
way,
I got a copy of the note. I got a copy of the note. I got a copy of the note.
Is this going to be in some stupid official presidential language that you're going to have to decipher for me?
No,
after?
It's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
It says, this morning, as for some days past, it seems exceedingly probable that this administration will not be reelected. Then it will be my duty to so cooperate with the president-elect as to save the union between the election and the inauguration, as he will have secured his election on such ground that he cannot possibly save it afterwards. So basically what Lincoln is saying in this memo, which he wants you to read but not sign but not read, is that I don't think I'm going to win the election.
What do the signatures do?
Johnny, I said you had questions, and I'm not going to have answers for you. I have zero.
That was one you did not have an answer
I don't have an answer for why he wants you to sign it. I don't have an answer for why he wouldn't want to. Like, why would you just not read this to them? Like, I don't have answers.
Okay.
What he's asking is basically, I don't think I'm going to get reelected. The president who is going to get reelected is going to get reelected on a platform to end this war at all costs. I don't like that. We have to end this war beforehand so that we can save the union.
Well, I mean, that shouldn't have been a problem since this war should have lasted 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, it should have lasted 3 to 6 months.
So, I don't know. Lincoln, maybe hire better generals and get your shit done.
Where is that?
Also, all right, so I have a question. Why is he not getting reelected? Why is he worried that he won't be?
It's not like the war is
And then I have another question.
Okay, we've been at a stalemate for the last 2 months, which is fine. But we're in a stalemate in a position where we've got Robert E. Lee surrounded. He's got no real escape route.
No,
We've got all the Atlanta.
Sure,
I mean, we've got Atlanta that's about ready to be taken over. We've got all the Mississippi. Like
we've got the war should be over. No, I get that. What my question is, I have a question. But it's northern states that are going to be voting for him, right?
I mean, yeah, the southern states can vote, but I mean, it's only the ones that.
Are they able? That was another question. Are we going to take and allow votes from the South because they're not a country? They have not seceded. They are not their own country. They are still a part of this United States.
We're going to allow votes from people who've sworn allegiance to the Union.
How do they do that?
Johnny, again, these are questions.
And then how do you prove it?
These are questions. I think you got to have faith in the federal government that it won't.
What? You have to have what? You have to have what?
Faith in the federal government.
Faith in the federal government. Faith in the federal government. You have to have what, Tommy?
Faith in the federal government.
That seems reasonable. It does seem reasonable. I guess I won't worry about it.
I'm crying at this point.
I guess I just won't even think about it because guess what? The federal government has it handled, everybody.
Yeah, they got
it's
it handled.
Fine. Just trust
us.
in your federal government to do the right thing.
We are from the government, and we are here to help.
Because they will continue to do it forever.
Yep.
Always trust in your federal government.
Oh, you like my? It's a scarf. The wife made this.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I brought along with me the Confederate flag in order to keep cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's just this.
It's I got my handkerchief to wipe the sweat and the tears out of my eye. All right, Johnny. Yep. Moving forward. On the 24th, through a politician named Henry Raymond, who's also an editor of a newspaper, Lincoln is going to send a note to Trader President Davis saying that Lincoln will end hostilities upon the restoration of the Union and the national authority. I don't think that note's going to get the effect that you think it is, Lincoln. You've been saying in your soft war approach for the first 4 years of this goddamn war that all that we have to do to end the war is for the Confederacy to come back and fold. Unfortunately, since you're not willing to let slavery exist in its current forms and then allow it to expand into new future territories, they're not going to come back. We've been shooting and killing each other for the last 4 years over this.
Shut up. Wait. You're saying if he doesn't allow slavery to continue to exist and then also expand, that they're going to continue to fight the war?
Yes.
Like that's some sort of reason that we're fighting this war?
Yes.
Like that's the purpose of it and that's all they are interested in and they're willing to fight to the death to keep ownership of people?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. I know it's shocking.
4 years, and I thought it was just over states' rights to be left alone. This is wild to me.
It's crazy.
I can't even fathom
that people will be arguing about this 160 years in the fucking future.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way because people will, and it'll end. People will write down the facts, and then nobody will adjust those facts and change them and pump them into school history books to change the narrative.
Nope, that'll never happen.
Because that would be
crazy,
absurd, and a little fascist.
A little fascist. I don't think that word exists yet.
Oh, I made up a new word, Lieutenant.
Hey, fascist. Yeah, there you go.
It's called fascist, and it's when the government is just a big old dick and tells you exactly what to do based on what they want.
Big old douche canoe.
You can define it better later, but it's basically a bad thing.
Johnny, this week's going to end on the 25th with the Battle of the Reams Station, Virginia. In order to break up Union forces destroying Weldon Railroad, A.P. Hill gets reinforcements and a surprise attack against Hancock's 2nd Corps, pushing Hancock's Corps away from the rail line, costing the Union 2,372 casualties to a reported 720 Confederate, but we just ignore those numbers. Those aren't right. But anyways, and
the Confederate
numbers. Our numbers are accurate. We have it to the person. Our numbers are accurate.
I don't want to ignore 2,000 plus
people
that's
bad.
Being
that's bad.
Killed, captured.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not bad. That's bad. That's bad. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's a lot.
Last note I got, Johnny. Sherman is going to begin his final move to cut off Atlanta completely. He is going to be moving up and around to get the last little bit of encirclement there to try to trap all the Confederate forces there in the city of Atlanta and then take it over. That's his goal. So we'll see.
Is that because? All right. So Atlanta's got it. That's a big city.
Big city.
It's a good sized city. It's a good size. It's a capital.
Yeah.
City
of Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost the capital of the Confederacy.
If we get Atlanta, surely that's it. Surely.
Should be. It's their last real.
It should have been. I know. It should have been with New Orleans, and it should have been with all these other places.
Memphis, and it should have been with Nashville.
We're running out of places where it should have been.
Pittsburgh.
And eventually, it's got to be.
Yeah, like Atlanta's it. Like the only thing that's being made anymore is pretty much being made in Atlanta. So if Atlanta falls, I don't know what they're gonna do. End it, hopefully. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We talk about all kinds of fun things. We've got shorts on pew-pews, on the history of pew-pews, and rants about lost cause bullshit. I'm getting kind of tired of that. So you might have a week more of that, and then it'll be a break for a while. Look, hey, you know what? Look forward things to, I'm going to play with gunpowder in the future. So there's going to be a video of me lighting gunpowder on fire. Get excited for that.